It is now my great pleasure to introduce our student speaker, Annie Chao. Annie is graduating with a degree in communications. Between being accepted to UC Davis in 2009 and completing her degree this year, Annie left Davis for 4 years to work in clinical research in neurovascular medical devices and has traveled to explore over 10 countries around the world. She's especially committed to empowering youth, volunteering in organizations across campus, as well as at home in the Bay Area. She's been a long-time Aggie, and now she will be a diehard Aggie for life. Welcome, Annie Chao.
Thank you, Chancellor May, Dean Spiller, Winey, Dillard, Curtis, esteemed faculty and staff, family and friends of graduates, and of course, congratulations, class of 2018. We did it! Everything you've worked towards, everything you've built, and the relationships you've made have led you here to be the person you are right now, sitting in that seat with a belly full of last night's FML and a mind full of regrets, I'm sure. My name is Annie Chao, and I'd like to thank you for letting me share my story with you today. My journey at UC Davis began 9 years ago, in 2009, as a biological sciences student. Whether it was pressure from family, mentors, friends, endless episodes of Grey's Anatomy, I'm not sure, but I was deeply tunnel visioned in believing that science was the only path for me, and that the medical industry was my one and only end goal. So, ignoring the signs like miserably failing my classes and getting recommendations to change my major from advisors, and being placed on academic probation, I was eventually dismissed. I tried getting readmitted every single summer for the next few years. And guess which classes I kept trying to take? Science. I was so caught up in this vicious cycle of thinking, well, if other people can do it, then why can't I? When I failed to get readmitted for the third time, I gave up. I changed my course, and I went to work. I spent several years in clinical research and came to realize that the most fulfilling part of my job was working with people, fostering connections, and learning their stories. I remember thinking, man, I wish there was a major for this kind of stuff. Lo and behold, there was. I re-enrolled again, but this time I changed my major to communication. My first quarter back went amazingly academically. I found a major that seemed to align with not only my career goals, but I actually liked it. I couldn't believe I was actually enjoying the classes I was taking, and everything I was learning made sense to me. I was now well placed in a major I could thrive in. But while things were rainbows and butterflies on the academic front, things socially and emotionally were on the decline. I found myself hiding away from the people I typically would enjoy talking with. I spent my first quarter as a hermit. I wasn't fostering connections, and I certainly wasn't learning anyone's stories. I didn't want to put myself out there in the campus social world because I was hanging on to a crippling fear that my fellow college students would judge me for my mistakes or my age. To me, my age was an obvious indication that something had gone awry with me in the past. I couldn't bear the thought of leaving myself vulnerable to being judged by what I had thought at the time was my deepest, darkest secret. So I went it alone, until one day, Chancellor May responded to some campus tensions by saying, "Come as you are." Although he wasn't specifically referring to my age difference, the power of the message still penetrated that stubborn mind of mine. At that moment, I saw the light he intended to spread. Everyone here is accepted at UC Davis. Each and every one of us is a crucial, significant component to this community. And we all have unique stories, all of which include times of success and times of failure. I no longer felt alone. Instead, I felt embraced. So thank you, Chancellor May. So that's when it clicked for me. I thought, enough is enough. From that point on, I decided I would do whatever it takes to make the best, not just the best college experience, but the best UC Davis Aggie experience. I joined multiple organizations across the campus, emceed for Picnic Day earlier this year, and started producing the Snapchat filters and social stories that you see on our official UC Davis social media platforms. Follow us. And then I went a step further. One day, as I was sitting in the front row of class, as I usually did, yes, I am the quintessential meme of the older student, I bravely leaned toward an unsuspecting classmate and said, "Hi, I'm 27. To which he replied, "Okay." Surprise, surprise, nobody cared. The deep, dark secret I had been bottling for 8 years that had caused me so much grief and anxiety came down to this, okay. I never thought I'd be back here, let alone sharing my story so publicly. But when I started being 100% open about my vulnerabilities, it turned my life around immediately. I'm no longer hiding a big secret, and I'm no longer trying to chase after an image of what I once thought I should be. I can now see myself as I truly am, and sharing that true self with the people I meet. So, to the newest generation of Aggie alumni, I wanted to share my story with you all today because it is a classic example of how we can be our own worst enemy. When we fall so deep in the trenches of our own mind, picking out and focusing on the worst sides of ourselves. This not only makes us feel terrible, but it hinders our ability to express our best qualities. Qualities such as those that landed us here at UC Davis, the 5th best public school in the nation. Chancellor May, you stole that line from me. And the same qualities that will take us so far and beyond in life. So if this ever happens to you, if you ever hear that mean voice inside expressing doubt about whether you're good enough, check yourself. Would you want to be friends with that voice inside your head? Because to quote Eleanor Roosevelt, no one can make you feel inferior without your consent. To close, I'd like to ask one quick favor. I wouldn't be the social media intern here if I didn't do this, so would you guys mind doing a selfie video with me that'll go on the Instagram for UC Davis? Yeah? Okay. So on 3, you're gonna say fall class of 2018. Got it? Ready? 1, 2, 3. You guys can do better than that. Come on. Come on. This is going to go on the official channel. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Thank you, and congratulations, fall class of 2018.